Hey, it's Gabe with API Nation. Today I'm going to show you how you can sync BoomTown with ActiveCampaign. So all those leads and contacts you have in BoomTown can be automatically placed into ActiveCampaign onto automations, great drip campaigns you've set up in ActiveCampaign. You don't have to do anything. You can just set it up so it syncs over with the tag or just syncs over automatically as they get added to BoomTown. It's a great way to use these two apps together as one. Let me show you how to set this up. First thing you're going to do is go to apination.com. You're going to click on Discover Connections. It's going to show you all the apps you can sync through API Nation. You can go through here, and if you see any other apps or logos that look familiar, something that you're using, click through, set up some automation, save yourself some time. Here's ActiveCampaign, here's BoomTown. You can click on either of these to get started. We're going to click on ActiveCampaign. It's going to show me all the syncs I can set up with ActiveCampaign, including BoomTown. And here you can see there's two syncs available, one from ActiveCampaign to BoomTown and one vice versa. And there's a flat rate here for this sync, and that covers either of these syncs or both of these syncs, or this sync 3 times or this sync 8 times. It doesn't matter. It's a flat rate, so you can set up as many different syncs between these two apps as you want. So I'm going to start with BoomTown into ActiveCampaign. That's probably the most popular way to set this up. First thing you're going to do is sign into your API Nation account. If you don't have one yet, just go ahead and click here to create one, or you can sign in with Google. That's what I'm going to do. All right, now we're going to connect to BoomTown. Very simple. Click on this. It'll take you out to BoomTown. You're just going to sign in and verify. There we go. Now to connect ActiveCampaign, we're just going to hit connect. It's going to ask you to label this connection. So most people, you only have one ActiveCampaign account, so you're just going to label it after you. That's what I do, is name it after myself. If you have multiple ActiveCampaign accounts, just name them differently so you can tell the difference between the two different connections. You also need your user URL and your user key. Very simple to grab these. Just hop into ActiveCampaign here, come down here to Settings, and then you're going to go to Developer. There it is. And that's going to show you that URL and key. I'm going to copy that, go back, paste it in here, and grab the key. Great. And paste it in here. All right, so we've connected ActiveCampaign. We've connected BoomTown. We're setting up this sync. There's a few configuration things here before we actually create the sync. For example, do I only want to send over certain categories to ActiveCampaign? Maybe I only want to send over news or hots or watches. Totally up to you. If you just leave it blank like this, it's going to send everybody over. You could also send over people by source or by lead type. So maybe we only want to send over buyers or only sellers. There's also this checkbox here to sync all contacts on first run. That means everybody who currently applies to this filter, everybody who this filter applies to, will get sent over to ActiveCampaign. Or you can uncheck the box and it's just going to start syncing from today going forward. So if you check the box, it's going to go all the way back to the beginning of your BoomTown account and grab all those people and push them into ActiveCampaign. Uncheck the box, just any new people will get sent into ActiveCampaign. As they arrive in ActiveCampaign, where do you want them? You can choose a list here. I'm going to put them in new leads. You can also choose an automation, and you can also apply tags as they arrive. Go ahead and choose your plan. If you choose yearly, you're going to save quite a bit. Or you can choose monthly, totally up to you. Hit subscribe, and that creates the sync. We're going to do one last pass before we activate the sync. So if there's any changes you want to make, go ahead and make changes now. There's also a couple extra things on this page. There's a filter. So if there's a more specific filter you want, maybe I only want to send over people from a certain state or that were created after a certain date, I can do that here. And then coming down here to mapping, you can see we do most of this for you. Email, phone, first name, last name. This all looks great. I'm going to go to the top and activate this sync. So there we go. BoomTown is set up to sync into ActiveCampaign. I'm going to set up the second one now to make this a true two-way sync. I'm just going to click on that BoomTown logo. It'll take me out to the BoomTown syncs. And I'm going to set up ActiveCampaign back to BoomTown, which is great because if you're adding people to ActiveCampaign from some other databases, you have some other sources for that. These people end up in BoomTown automatically also, so you can follow up there. The accounts you can see are already connected. We just did that on the last sync, so they're available. And very similar configuration options here. Do I want to sync everybody from ActiveCampaign into BoomTown or just people from today going forward? What category should they be if they're getting added? I'm going to go ahead and put them in new, but you can choose what you want here. If you want qualify, nurture, totally up to you. And then we're also going to choose a source as it gets added into BoomTown. Totally up to you. You can go through this list and find something that works for you. I believe we have stuff like other, just in case you want to just put it, there we go. Or you can put API, or you can actually find something from the list that maybe actually fits where those people are coming from in ActiveCampaign and use that. Do not overwrite information in BoomTown. So if somebody already exists in BoomTown and they're coming over from ActiveCampaign, that box is checked. It's just going to fill in the blanks. This box is unchecked. It's going to overwrite that contact with the contact from ActiveCampaign. Again, yearly, monthly. This isn't going to matter so much because you've already subscribed using that other sync. We've created the sync now. We're doing our final pass. If you want to add a filter here, if you want to do anything else with the mapping, you can do it here. But this looks good. I'm going to go to the top and activate this sync. And there we go. I now have 2 syncs available. I got a 2-way sync and we're ready to go. And that's it. That's how you set up the sync from BoomTown to ActiveCampaign. All those leads you've added into BoomTown can get synced into ActiveCampaign automatically on an ongoing basis and placed onto automations there. And also, if you have a bunch of people on ActiveCampaign you've been meaning to follow up with in your CRM, you can have them pushed into BoomTown so you can start doing that BoomTown magic. If you have any questions or need any assistance, give us a phone call, shoot us an email. We're API Nation, connecting the world's applications. We love doing this stuff.